Hey, what's up, everyone? It's the Human Sports Encyclopedia back with another video, and I got some thoughts I want to share going into this weekend's Week 18 of the NFL. The big news for a lot of people is the fact that Saquon Barkley is 101 yards away from breaking the single season rushing record held by Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Dickerson set the record in 1984 on a 16 game schedule with 2,105 yards. It's been the record for 40 years, and it looks like it's going to remain for another year. And Saquon is currently sitting at 2,005 yards and would have had the opportunity to break the single season rushing record against the team that drafted him in the New York Giants. So, first and foremost, a major congratulations to the year that Saquon and the Eagles are having. Secondly, I want to give him some thoughts on what Dickerson initially said. He's now reneged, and Nick Sirianni also benching Barkley for the playoffs, which generally makes sense. But number one, we have an opportunity, and he has an opportunity at breaking one of pro football's most hallowed records, and you bench him. Not only that, he'd be doing it against the team that drafted him and essentially gave up on him and chose to pay Daniel Jones over paying Saquon Barkley. Now, number one, that would make for an amazing story and an amazing moment. Number two, I understand where any coach in this situation would be coming from because most teams that have already locked up postseason berths already would have decided we're going to rest our starters, make sure we're healthy so we can have the best team possible for the postseason. Totally get it. I'm a Rams fan. We're in the playoffs. We're not playing Stafford, Nakua, Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams, a couple other key starters. We're resting guys too. I get it. But we have an opportunity to see one of the greatest records in NFL history be broken potentially, and I don't think it would have been a problem for him to do so, no matter how much the Giants load the box up. They would have done it. So Nick Sirianni not starting him is a double-edged sword. Yes, do you rest him for the postseason? Absolutely. However, we're being denied an opportunity at some history here, some big-time history. So that's on the Eagles front. Now on the Dickerson front, I'm a Rams fan. Eric Dickerson is arguably the greatest running back in franchise history, and that covers a lot of ground when you have Steven Jackson and Marshall Faulk. However, this man has been on record initially saying he didn't want his record to be broken, and it came off that he was anti Saquon Barkley and he wasn't rooting for this young man. Now he has reneged and he says, obviously I am. I'm not anti him. I'm not anti running back by any means. He did make mention of the fact that, well, he gets another game to possibly break my record. Well, you had two extra games to break OJ's record in 1973, I believe it was, 2003 yards. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Am I wrong? Now, he also was on record saying he believes that records are not meant to be broken. I absolutely disagree with that. We're seeing it in the NHL right now. Alex Ovechkin, provided that nothing catastrophic happens with him, he's going to break Wayne Gretzky's all-time goals record, which was a big deal when he broke Gordie Howe's goals record in 1995, playing for the Los Angeles Kings. We're likely to see 895 this year. Records are great and they're meant to be respected and placed in rarefied air. But are they absolutely meant to be broken? Yeah. And that's been a hard one. Like the closest we've gotten, I believe, was Adrian Peterson. He had 2,097 yards in his best year, which is his MVP year of 2012. But, dude, records are absolutely meant to be broken. I'll tell you, as a kid, the one record I didn't think would get broken was Dan Marino's 5,084 passing yards that he set in 1984 with the Dolphins. And that was in a much more physically encouraging era of the NFL than what is allowed now with in relation to quarterbacks, wide receivers, and defensive backs. So Drew Brees broke that record. I believe was it 55-49. I want to say. Now, no one made a big deal. You never heard Dan come out and say, "Oh, I don't want nobody to break my record." Listen, You had your time. Uh, and when you were in yours, I believe you broke the record in your second year because you were ED was the second pick in the '83 draft. I want to say behind Elway. Now, 40 years later, a young man has the opportunity to surpass something that you did after you broke the record of another Hall of Famer. A season like this, provided Saquon can keep up anything close to this level of consistency, this is his Hall of Fame watershed moment. As someone who used to play in the league at the highest level and is in the Hall of Fame and arguably the greatest running back room in NFL history for a franchise, save for the Chicago Bears, why would you not want to root that young man on? So yeah, he reneged and he said, "No, listen, I'm not anti-running back. I'm not anti-Saquon, but I do want to keep my record." Like, all right, I don't think that LeBron James would be coming out saying, "Oh, I don't want anybody to score more points than me." Like, I'm sure he absolutely would. And also shout out to LeBron, just celebrated a recent birthday and became the first player in NBA history to play in an NBA game as a teenager and a 40-year-old. It's another, accomplishment, say what you will, but no, shout out to King James, GOAT James. Uh, but we really, number one, as fans, are being deprived of seeing potential NFL history. Number two, we have a Hall of Fame running back who initially was completely dismissive of someone breaking his record. Now he says, "No, I'm cool with any running back chasing greatness, but I still want to keep my record." Like, dog, I, I think Dickerson retired in the early '90s, so he had his time in the sun. That would be like Steven Jackson saying, "No, I don't want Kyron Williams to break my Rams all-time rushing record." Not everybody knows that Steven Jackson is the all-time leading rusher for the Rams because he only made the playoffs once with us. But same type of correlation. Michael Strahan, "No, nobody break my single-season sack record." Or Bruce Smith. I'm gonna say Bruce Willis. If Bruce Willis played football, he probably could have the all-time record for sacks. But Bruce Smith, "No one breaks my all-time sacks record." Like, come on, man, let it go. You had your time. Let him get his shine. But that's my thoughts on this matter, guys. If you like what you see here, subscribe, hit the like button. Tell me what you think on this matter. And I'll be back later in the week with more commentary. This is your boy K-Rob, the Human Sports Encyclopedia. I'll see you in the next one. Hugs, hand pounds, all the time.